Hi everyone. So I'm back with another little portfolio tour. This is my 9x12s. I just took these from different sketchbooks and stuff like that and put them in this portfolio holder. You might recognize some of these from some videos possibly, but yeah, anyway, this is before I started making videos or had my channel. You might recognize this from, it was my profile picture for a while. This is like one of my all-time favorite paintings that I ever did, and I don't know why I can't like reproduce this style, or I don't know, just every time I tried to redo it, it never ever even got close to what it turned out this time. This is on the Oat Art paper. It's some Daniel Smith paint. It's, I think, when I was still able to kind of see guidelines, when I was using like a modified type of Loomis method where I draw the circle with the X in it, and was like leaning toward the anime style. But yeah, this is something I'd like to get back to, being able to do proportions like this and everything. It's weird that sometimes we can do something and we can't like do it again. But anyway, moving on. This is just a picture of my cat. My son sent me this picture when he was visiting over a family member's house, and I just happened to paint it like right after he sent it to me on the text. So this is cotton paper, the B Paper Company paper, and Paul Rubens paint. This is, I think, also B paper on the back side, so they have different textures. And I'm not sure what paint this is. This was probably, I want to say like 2019, 2018 maybe, most likely 2019. And I still have it. It's a coloring book that just had different facial like positions in it, and I was practicing the upward face. This is an oil pastel. I hope you can recognize it. It's Amy Winehouse. And I hope there's not too much glare. I'm trying to angle my lighting a certain way so it doesn't reflect on the plastic. This is a painting I'd like to revisit. It was like one of the first oil pastel photo reference portraits I've done. And I was just messing around with, I think it was the Haya brand oil pastels by Paul Rubens. Didn't like them too much. They were a little too greasy. I think I mixed it with some Neo pastel. But yeah, this is a hard angle to get. It was not only an upward nose shot, but her head was like tilted. And yeah, I'd like to try to redo that someday. This is a charcoal drawing. Another photo reference I took off Amazon. She had this headdress piece thing on, and I was looking for photos of like 1920s and 30s style, and yeah, it's just a charcoal drawing. This is another charcoal, no, this is oil pastel actually, black and white oil pastel. Just a imaginary, you know, from imagination drawing. This was a screenshot I took of a YouTuber named Sensitive Sage. I liked her hair. She had these like multicolored dreadlocks going on, and I just really, I've watercolor painted this picture as well in a sketchbook that I sent to a friend, but this was oil pastel. I believe this was Neo Pastel and Sennelier. This is also oil pastel. might recognize this photo reference. I also did this in watercolor 2 other times. It's just a picture that I really liked, a photograph that I took of my rose garden when I lived in Portland. This is also Paul Rubens, I believe, Haya oil pastels. One thing I didn't like about these were they were extremely transparent, which I guess could work if you're used to that or if you wanted that effect, but I was, you know, also a little new to oil pastels at the time, and I was kind of struggling with these. So these next ones are just going to be oil pastel, like really highly stylized drawings from imagination. Just trying to get, I think these are all neo pastels because they're really the firm style of oil pastels. They're like a firmer texture, I guess you could say. And when I was first getting used to them, I was just exploring all the different textures of different oil pastels, and these, I think this next few are going to be, yeah, these are all Caran d'Ache Neo Pastel. I think this one might be Sakura. My Sakura signature, not the Expressionist, but, oh, they're called Specialist. That's what they're called. And this is just another Neo. I believe it was also Sennelier. This was 2024. I think most of these were before I started the channel. This is like when I first started the channel. So this is a drawing with watercolor over it. This is another, I think this is a drawing with watercolor over it too, but I'm remembering something specific about this one, but it eludes me. There's a date here, but moving on. This is charcoal. I think I have a video, if I didn't already, like, I took some videos down this last, about like 6 months ago in January when I was kind of cleaning up my YouTube page. This might still be on there, but I doubt it. This is my little anime style charcoal drawing. I was getting used to my electric eraser. That thing is really fun. I was really having a really good time with it on this particular drawing. Just, you can see I used it a lot in the hair and just like going off on the highlights. But yeah, if you don't have an electric eraser, I highly recommend it. This is, what is this? I believe this is Stabilo and ink. So it was an ink drawing with Stabilo pencil. That is a water soluble, almost like a watercolor pencil, but it's strong like ink. And this is still up on my channel, I believe. This is a drawing, pencil drawing with watercolor over it from a photo reference I took out of one of my coloring books. And that is ink with pencil. So like, or no, actually, yeah, a little bit of pencil, but mostly ink. It's like a micron drawing. And that's another oil pastel. I think it's Caran d'Ache and Sennelier. I was trying to combine those. And that is charcoal, I believe. This is a charcoal drawing. Maybe a little bit of pencil in there, but no for sure. Can just, yeah, it's charcoal. This is, I believe, graphite and charcoal. This is one of my favorite drawings. I think maybe because I was having fun with that electric eraser again, doing the highlights. But I don't know, something about the composition of this one I really liked. And this was also a video. It's just watercolor over some sketches. A sketchbook session type video, I think. This is also from a video. I think this is the one where I was doing one of my first modified versions of the Loomis method. So it's a drawing, I think it's charcoal drawing with watercolor over it, and I was trying to see if that was something that could fly, because I have a hard time seeing graphite and I'm always trying to draw with charcoal. This is, let's say that's oil pastel? I don't think so. Yeah, this is, I think this is a watercolor marker. So, like Winsor Newton watercolor markers is what I did this in. Maybe with some ink. Like an ink drawing. This is a gouache painting. This is from a video. This is an experiment in watercolor where I was just blocking in before I did the details, and it had an interesting outcome. It was kind of had to like give this like a moody, shadowy kind of look. I've since tried this again, and it didn't, of course, come out as good as it did when I just wasn't thinking about it, right? That just happens. This is just a watercolor drawing. I thought she ended up looking like Julianne Moore. You know, sometimes you do drawings or paintings, and yeah, it's a watercolor painting over a, is it over a drawing? No, I think this is just straight watercolor. Another just a sketchbook random thing, and I didn't do a video on this, but I don't know, I thought she looked like Julianne Moore. Do I have any more in here? This one's almost filled up, actually. This is from a video. This is the Primatech, Daniel Smith Primatech paints, gemstone paints. I gave her some gemstone earrings. And this is different colors of tinted charcoal. This was a screenshot I took from like a hair care website or something. And this was just something I had in a sketchbook. It was like the first page of one of my sketchbooks, and it was probably like the only page in the whole sketchbook that turned out decent. So I took it out and stuck it in my holder here. This is a crayon sketch. I used Faber-Castell beeswax crayons to do this. And it's really, really shiny. Like, I buffed it, and it was just something I was messing around with because they were like some $9 crayons, but I ended up donating them because they were, I don't know, a little bit like below student grade. And although I kind of liked the effect of them, they were, I don't know, just something I ended up not reaching for very often, so I got rid of them. And this is on, what is this, what paper is this? I remember this was like a paper experiment. This is just Daniel Smith watercolor. And I think this was the Zen Art paper, the one I was kind of having those struggles with. I think these were the last 2 pieces of paper I used in that whole block, and they were the only ones worth salvaging because I just struggled so hard with that paper. I liked it a lot, and then all of a sudden it wasn't working for me, and then I started to get the hang of it, and then the block was done. So I didn't end up repurchasing it. I'm not sure if I will. I have plenty of paper to use and to go through, so maybe I'll revisit it at a later date. But yeah, this was just on the back of another painting that didn't work out. So this side was a different type of texture, and I liked the way that it I don't know, the way that it absorbed the paint was different, and it kind of muted the colors a little bit. Same colors I used and the same paint I used as the one on the opposite page, but it just looked different on this side. And I did another painting right after this, and that video is on the channel, of the like some floral, I think it was lotus flowers or something, and I did like some abstract water type around it, and I like both of them, but I ended up liking this one better. And yeah, I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6 pages left to fill in here, and it will be full. But that is it. That is my 9x12 portfolio sketchbook tour. And I have more 9x12s in the other size, so this was one of my larger pieces of, or larger bodies of work with completed pieces in it. So anyway, I hope you guys like that, and just thought I would show you what I've got for my 9x12s, and I have some smaller ones, but they've only got like maybe 4 or 5 paintings in them, so until that one gets a little bit more full, then I will probably share that. But anyway, thanks for joining me. Hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, please. Subscribe if you haven't already. Please consider if you guys like this kind of content. If you want to see me share more of my already completed or older artwork, yeah, I mean, I'll show you what I got if you want to see it. All right, thanks for watching.